Welcome back. So, session two of module two. Here we're going to be talking about what your passion is, our strengths, and our weakness. I bet you've attended interviews where they will ask you, what are your weaknesses? And you will say you don't have weakness, or you would say your only weakness is wanting to be perfect. Well, the truth is, we all have weaknesses, we all have strengths, and we have things we're passionate about. And the more we accept this, then it's easier for us to deal with it. So we move away from the things that are weak, that we are weak at, and focus on the things that we have strength in. And you see, the more you focus on something, you attract it. So the more you focus on your strength, you attract more strength. The more you try to underplay, improve your weaknesses, you're focusing on the weaknesses. So you get more and more of those weaknesses coming your way. So it's very important for us to dial in and know what our passion are, our strengths, and our weaknesses. Now, there's a story attached to this. While I was in secondary school, I visited my guidance counselor. I said earlier that I was not sure which path to follow. So I had an appointment with her, and I had been looking forward to this appointment for weeks. And now when I got to her, she brought out a lot of questionnaires. She asked me some questions. I was supposed to fill this and fill that, which I did. And by the time I was done with filling all this and she reviewed it, she came up with about 20 things I could do as a career. And they were a broad range. And I asked her, I said, so which career path should I choose? She said, you could choose any. You could be an artist because you're creative, you know, because you like sciences, you could be a scientist, you could go into doctor, you could be a pharmacist. I left her feeling more confused. So out of frustration, and because well, I knew my father he worked in the medical line, I decided to go into sciences. Thus began my life journey. But what we are trying to do here now is to discover what our passion are, our strengths and our weakness. So it's great for us to know these things because these are some of the things we came born with, the things that have been planted in you. And if you're able to harness them and use them, you can grow. You can grow faster and be more successful, or you can scale faster than someone who is struggling with those passions. So let's start with what are your strengths? What are the things as an individual, you have strengths as you enjoy talking to people? Are you comfortable standing in front of a crowd and speaking? Is that a strength you have? Are you good at negotiating? Like my daughter, she's very good at you can't win a case with her. She's very good at negotiating and mediating. She would tell you her side of the story, and at the end of the day, you are like, oh, really? Yes, this side actually existed. Are you good at that? Or are you what are you passionate about? Are you a people's person, or you'd rather be on your own doing your research quietly? When people come to you, what do they tell you you are good at with? You know, are you a people's person? Do you like being right around people, or you like being alone and working alone? What topics resonate with you? What are the things you search for online? What are your strengths? Those are your strengths, the things you are passionate about. I'm always passionate about self help. I'm always passionate about growth. I'm always passionate about improving things, improving processes, improving people's lifestyles. When I go online, I'm looking for things of improvement, career paths. Like when my children were going to school, I was able to get online and get universities for them abroad. I was able to do the process. I was able to get help. I was able to find those things. So I'm good at researching. I love researching. You know, I love creativity. So I'm good at writing. I write copy. I write ad copies in my free time. I write stories. Those are my strengths. Creativity is one of my strengths. And I'm good at talking to people. So I'm able to motivate people. I'm able to empathize with people. I'm able to get people to do things for me, even when Um, when well, I'm able to get people to do things, not manipulate them, but I'm able to let them see why this needs to be done before this. I'm good at leading people. I'm a good team player. I'm not a partying type, so that's part of my weakness, but that this is my strength. So write down your strengths, and then let's talk about your weaknesses. I said earlier on in the module one that I know my weakness is exercising. You know, I'm not so good at exercising, but I can research and read about diets and things I shouldn't eat to help me maintain a healthy weight. I can do that, but when it's to exercise, I'm not good at that. Now, I'm not good at lying or staying in an environment that doesn't make me comfortable. I'm not good at being what should I use? A bootlicker. Like in the corporate world, there are times you have to lick your boss's boots to get some. I've never been good at that. I believe the job I do should speak for me, but those of you who are in corporate knows that that is not the way. You need to go and talk to your bosses. You need to say yes when you want to say no. You know, you need to lick the boots if you want to get up the corporate ladder. I'm not good at that. So I guess that was part of the reason why corporate was not really so good for me. I relate with my bosses well, don't get me wrong. I respect them and they respect me. I do my job and I carry them along. But I don't go around trying to, make others look bad so I can move forward. I don't do that. So that's not my strength. So we have our strengths, we have our weaknesses. Now, what are things you're passionate about? Are you passionate about pets? Do you love music? Are you passionate about reading? Are there some products you're passionate about? Are you passionate about something enough to want to champion the cause? What are those things you're passionate about that you want to champion the cause? I'm passionate about people being fulfilled, living a fulfilled life, being happy, owning their life, being able to make decisions to help them. I'm passionate about people living a life without fear. I'm passionate about people owning who they are, and building on those strengths. I have always encouraged my children to be who they are, what they want to do. And I always used to tell my children something when they were growing up that it's only the giraffe in the animal kingdom that keeps his head high up. He doesn't let anything stand in his way. And I tell them, I said, don't let anything stand in your way. Bring your head up high. I've always been passionate about them being who they are. And I champion that cause anytime and any day. So that's who I am. I know my strengths, I know my weakness, and I know what I'm passionate about. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are you passionate about? And the more you understand this about yourself, the more you get to love who you are. And the more you love who you are, the more you care about making you happy, the more you're empowered towards what will build you, and you get the inner strength to move towards that person. So, I told you this model is very interesting. Yeah. So, please take time out, write out your passion, your strengths, and your weaknesses. And I'll see you in the next session.